I'm in a custom world at the moment, creative world, and I was going to show you the work I've been doing on the camera system and sort of how I progressed with the lav. So this is lav 1, nothing really going on there. Then lav 2, that is what you've seen. And then this is lav 3. So I started working on the cameras, trying to get this like little camera pod thing on the top. This is where I adapted it into the lav 2 body. And on the inside, we've got some displays. So these displays are also XML'd very, very badly, but it gives you this like panorama type situation. This worked, but it jitters. As you go around corners, the display jitters. So then this version in front is where I started working on a custom door. So now I've got a ramp. And this is what it looks like. So you can kind of see out and to the left and the right. The problem is that getting that middle camera, which is a 1x2 so I can have an increased field of view, getting that to line up with these 1x1s on the side, which are also XML to be on 45-degree angle, once it's XML'd, you can't use any of the FOV functionality. And this diamond thing here you see is the two side cameras, their actual body coming in over the camera in the middle. So that's not really going to work. Then we have the next version, which is lav 4, and I changed the cameras again. So now it's 3 1x2 cameras that are all facing forwards, and then the two side cameras are stretched back. So it's kind of a similar design, but because they're facing forwards, the connection between all three displays doesn't line up very well. I've also added an automatic hatch opener that lets you turn out. And this is what the camera system looks like. Everything's kind of skewed back. We've also got the propellers on the back and the fins using the actual control fins down the bottom. So no more rudders, which is good. I don't have these parts in my career, but this is the way the design is going. And then this is more or less the same, but trying to get the cameras to line up. There's some trickery going on here. The way I did this is there's a camera in the bottom below that wedge in the front, because a camera can see through a wedge in front of it pretty easily. But then these two side cameras are still not quite lined up. See, I can see the lav next to us in each monitor, which isn't ideal. It's basically 3 displays all showing the same thing, which is a waste of space. And if they're going to be shaking and wasting space, then I don't want that. And this is where I currently am. So I've put the seats in. We've got, I think it's 6 passenger seats and a medical bed. And then this is the way to get out onto the roof. And then I've put a little stair here. The stair exists because of these blocks. This is the pipe that connects the wheels to the engine. So they're sort of spaced out on both sides. And wherever these walls are, it sort of lines up with where stuff can fit between things. So I think there's a wheel here and a wheel here. There's a wheel in there. Oh yeah, the wheel behind the seat is like just in front of it. So what I've done here, I've removed the automatic turn out button for the driver. And that was just so I could put this seat in the back, and this was going to be for a gunner or something like that. But this is working. I've got rope anchors on the front and the back. Got some winches down the back as well, which are mainly just for looks. And then some little spotlights on the front, which I wanted to change. But you can see I've changed the way that the camera sort of array works or looks. So having one camera seems to be like the best option, rather than having a little cluster of wonky cameras that kind of all show the same thing. I might as well just use one camera, and then I can use all this other space in front of the driver for different information, more useful information. So yeah, we'll head back into the career game, see what we can get done. What's going on here? I don't remember where I was at. Currently researching wheels, or the heavy land vehicles, so that's the bigger wheels, but it's not the tracks yet. Need more research for the tracks. I've got $6,000, so the lava's here, the boat is over there. I need a way to get more money. Oh, there's another lav over there that I broke. I better go get that lav that's broken. But I'm in classic Korea, so it won't be easy. There's no rope anchors because I'm silly and didn't put them on the front. I'll have one on the back. This is the version where I fixed the ECU, so this one's okay. So yeah, the plan at the moment is I'm going to drive this. Do I have ropes? I hope I have ropes. I'm going to drive this over and grab the other lav, drag it back, and get my money back. Could go with a monitor setup like this, where it's just a narrow 1x3, and then use a single 1x2 for my don't get lost. I don't think I would need another monitor for the weather system. The thing I don't like about that is the wind speed. If there is no wind and I'm moving, then it reports a high wind speed because I'm moving into the air. It would be better if I just deployed these like weather sensor things around the map and then radioed the actual wind speed back to the vehicle. Technically the range on a radio, on an antenna, some of the big antennas, the range is really large. So if you put a keep active on it and just set it down somewhere, you would have accurate wind data for that specific area. That might be the way to do it. Maybe I have to build a little trailer or something and go and deploy a bunch of separate wind sensors on little buoys somewhere out in the ocean. We'll grab a rope. Connect them up. And hope it works. Yeah, this will be fine. It's come a long way, really, from just having a window to suddenly going to cameras and displays. Ooh. Ooh. And we are returned, not safely, because you take pressure damage every time you return a vehicle inside a sealed space. I think now I'll go sleep and see if any missions pop up. I kind of want to head back out into the water since that boat's just sitting there. Sleep. Transport nuclear waste barrels from Brinkfield to... That's probably Britzilla, is it? Or is that... It's either Britzilla or it might be Masshole Shaft. I think Khan Industries is somewhere down there as well. No thanks. Heavy land vehicles. I've got 5 and I've just done... What can I start for 5? There's nothing, is there? Fishing boat. Fishing boat. Man, it's pretty far away. That shouldn't take too long to get out there. What have we got? Key, lights. I wish the propeller sounds weren't as loud. Do I have a spare compass? I don't. That's not good. I probably need to head back to TT and maybe outfit the boat a little bit differently so that I've got spare equipment. That's not much of a detour. So the plan will be head back to TT, outfit the boat a little bit differently, respawn it, and then carry on up north to see what this fishing boat is. I slept through the night to see if it would get any easier to see where I'm going, and now I'm just in like 100% fog. At least I know, based on if I put the sun in the middle, I'm going slightly northeast, but mostly north. That's actually kind of cheeky. So, like if I look directly at the sun, and then I just go look straight down, I'm basically using the boat as a compass now. So east is directly up on the screen, and north is to the left. So I'm going a little bit more east on a northeast trajectory, and I think I must be actually by these volcanoes because there was a little bit of the map undiscovered before that is now discovered, which means I'm very off course because I need to go over here. I think it's just getting foggier. I have no idea where I am. Oh, an island. Wait, what island is this? Is this the police island? You can tell it's the police island because of the dead tree. I think? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the dead tree is on the police island. Hold on. Have I been here? Police. That's this one, isn't it? Yes, I have been here. So, I've just gone north. I need to go east. Damn it. Oh no. Why am I stalling? Why am I stalling? I've still got some fuel, I shouldn't be stalling. Also, how did I run out of fuel? What the hell? Oh, you know what. There's so many tanks here, it's counting the total fuel. So there's only 2 liters in all of them, but the pressure is 0, or close to 0 on all of them, so it's likely what's happening is the pump is having a hard time pulling against the vacuum. So before the props fully spin down, we're gonna go and have a word with them. Oh, no, too late, okay. I don't think it's worth swimming back. Maybe it is. But I need to know which way is east. And I think it's the way I'm going. Or I drown myself and I end up back over here. And then I don't know where this boat is because it's somewhere out even further. I'm very good at making bad decisions. Oh, I'm back at the lighthouse? Weird. I thought you go back to the last bed you slept in. I wonder if sleeping in a player-made bed resets it back to your default spawn bed. I should have ended up back at North Mire if it was just the last base bed that you slept in. So I really like this hull shape. I don't want to use the lav just yet, but I need a boat that can be a boat. You know what I mean? What do I call this? Blobber. Look at that, what a beauty. What? This is so dumb. So I wanted to put rails on the back, but I don't have rails. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We just have to make do. I'm a bit disappointed. I thought I had rails. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I'm getting instead. I don't have stairs either, so I can't put in any way to get up or any way to get between these 2 decks. This will be the engine room down here. Put a ladder on the back. Just one, I think. Just one little ladder. Now for props. I still only have small propellers. Damn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because you can't, I don't want you to be able to go beside where the propeller is anyway. So instead I'm going to use that space to house the rudders kind of sneakily. As long as this is technically outside, then it should be fine. Which does mean kind of a waste of space. I don't have helms. I have the control handle. I have kind of wanted to experiment with like putting a secondary control point at the back of these boats. So you can like steer and drive completely from the back. So I think I'll put that for now. It can just go there. I'm going to need some hatches, but I think I should get the engines working first. It's a very interesting space. And I bet that, oh, that is a block. So I can loop around. I'm just going to go with one big engine. That goes there. Clutch. Where's the clutch? Get some radiators. This is a terrible length to be doing this, but what I've discovered is that if you use a belt pump and an impeller to run your coolant, so I need to go off this one, I think, just like that, except I need the manifold as well, and I need to spin the radiators around, I think. Yeah, you want a belt pump and an impeller. So the belt pump will get you a low flow rate, like 19 liters a second or something, when you're not moving. And then if you have the impeller on it as well, so if there's no power to the impeller, like there's no power coming out of the clutch over here, then that impeller is going to just let the coolant flow through, like it's got no problem doing that. But then once the engine gets going, an impeller has way more flow than a belt pump. And so you go from like low 10s liters a second up to like close to 200. That's what I found when I was testing a smaller engine for the LAV. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm losing one cylinder because of this, because of having the impeller and belt pump down here. Probably better if I put it on the other side actually. And then just shimmy this pipe along. So this bottom one, this bottom pipe can just go into the wall. Actually, they can both go into the wall because these are just, okay, maybe they can't. This one here will have to go up and over. And this one coming out of the impeller just goes straight across. We better just hook that up. 2 radiators is going to slow the flow rate down. But I could put another impeller on one of these corners. This pipe that's running across the top of the deck is the one that's driving the impeller at the end. So it's also going to drive this impeller that's between the 2 radiators. I'm pretty sure there is an in and an out. Yeah, so I need to make sure I get them correct. This is going in, which means this one here needs to be going out, which it is. So that should just work. Should just be fine. Chuck an alternator on here. Probably 1 alternator is okay. And 2 starters. Big, long engine. And then we need an air manifold and a fuel manifold. I think the fuel tanks might end up in the sides, so as long as I run it like into the floor somewhere, it'll be fine. And then exhaust, we'll use this end and I'll run 4 of them. Maybe, probably not that bottom one. Probably not that top one either. And then we just need 4 of these manifold corners anywhere. Might be better if I put them all down one end. And we'll save money by only placing a couple. And that is the engine. We'll need some batteries, which might as well live right beside the engine. I need 2 gearbox systems. I'm going to run them in the side through here, and then this is an output from the clutch. just going to pick up the power and bring it across. And then this system here, these two clutches, will be my amphibious and like my land and my water mode. And I think what I might do, I can definitely put like my reverse gearbox, for instance, before all of that. And then we want to go down for land and up for water. I bet there's a good way to do this with just one set of gearboxes and like clutches on both sides that then have another set of clutches coming off. So the bottom one is the wheels. Bottom one is the wheels. That can just go straight into the floor and then run all the way down, and that will be all the wheels connected. All the wheels connected. And then we need, that'll be the fuel. So fuel might end up being shared into the props, which is fine. It's pretty easy. I just need to go over and back down for the props to be connected. We need some fuel tanks. That'll be a good way to do that. Just chuck them all on the wall. And these need to connect into this rear pipe because that is going below the manifold in the middle there. So this pipe comes up into the floor, straight back, comes out across the top where I'll split it in a T so it can like hide in this lip. Yeah, I'll run it all the way out the outside and pick up all the tanks along the way. Fuel tanks connected. But what I'll do this time as well is I'll put a gas relief valve somewhere in that line. It could go just inside here, I guess. The idea being that if it tries to become a vacuum, it's got to turn all of this into a vacuum as well. Which is probably a bad idea thinking about that now. Because what if I'm down here and it sucks all the air out, putting them into the tank, and then like trying to chuck it in the engine. What I should do is run this corner, go up, and then somewhere up here put in a gas relief. I'll figure that out later. I need a way to get down. I wanted to have stairs that went down here, and then I could put like a bed and stuff. Also, I have GPS. I really want to build like a structure up here. I don't know if it might be too top heavy. Like it's very narrow and very tall. I better put a little ladder so that I can actually get up to that, and then I guess I need a hatch in the side here, which probably also needs a ladder so that I can climb up. This should work, right? If I put an ECU on this, it should work. Do I want to use my ECU or the ZE ECU? I kind of want to use my ECU. Move. We're a boat. It's a boat. Okay, push the button. Oh, this is dumb. It's not very fast, is it? But it's stable for some reason, which is odd. Very stable, actually. Oh, no, it's still very stable. And, I mean, there's going to be more weight inside, so this is actually pretty good. Coming up to land. Push the button. Wheels start spinning. This is so funny. I really like having the control at the back. There should be one like up here, but it's nice to have an option. And I want a helm. I want to put a helm in here. I'm curious if I put in a relief valve, some way to relieve the pressure. Will I take damage when I return it? Oh, it's max height. Didn't realize. That's very cool though. Let's see. Over here, I need, you know, I don't think the propellers were spinning fast enough, so I'm gonna chuck another gearbox in. I want them to go faster. And then I can also change my max RPS on my ECU. If I just make my max like 20, that might work. Now, I can't do a mast very easily. I wanted to do like a GPS, put it on a mast. I'll just chuck everything up here for now. Clock, compass, GPS, don't get lost unit. Put on a relay. I don't have relays. Do I have breakers? I have breakers. Display, what was it? A 1X. It's a 1X2, isn't it? Oh, I'll connect that to the relay as well. I'm just gonna use a constant on for the display. Do I have player sensors? I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna use a constant on because the electricity won't get through to it unless that system's on anyway, so it's fine. I'm being very lazy about this. Everything seems to be going in upside down. I just want to go into a mission. I don't even want to be bothered hooking up anything. I have a don't get lost unit, right? So I know where I am. I shouldn't run out of fuel. I should probably take a bed. Medical bed. Since I don't have anything up here, I'll take that stuff and then I can just chuck people in here if I rescue anyone. And I should probably bring a flashlight and a binoculars and some flares. Flare gun. And a spare flare gun in case I lose the other one. Okay, I just took the key and the cruise control panel and the ECU and transplanted it. We get some electricity. I think everything is... oh no, oh no. I think everything is fine. It turned on. The throttle goes up. We drive away. We get to 1, I can push the button and it'll stick at 1. And then I can turn on water mode. And the props are now going. And I know which way I'm going. And that's all I know. I'm at such risk of falling off just because I'm in the water all the time. Well then, this turned into a bit more of a building episode. Why is that display on if my brake is not on? That's not good. Hopefully I'll go find a mission and I'll be back with some survivors, money and research. I really like this thing. It's very strange, but I do like it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.